Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dean. I'm really happy to be making melt and pour videos again for you today. Okay, so I'm filming with a different camera today, GoPro. It was given to me by one of my fans, so thank you, I appreciate that. In today's video, I'm actually going to be making a melt and pour with the 1 kilogram silicone mold. I've got my clear base already cut up, ready to be melted down, and I'll show you the melter in just a second. It's a bit different to what it was before. I've also got 100 grams of goat's milk soap that I'll also be melting down in a second pot. I am going to be making a duplicate of a soap that I have made, which was called coconut lime. It was a yellow base with a blue dye mixed in and some shooting star glitter, and I poured it at the right temperature. I think it was 124 for the yellow and 111 from memory for the blue, and when the blue hits the yellow, it turns to a green. Okay, so now that I've got quite a few bubbles and the water's heated up quite nicely, I've thrown the pouring pot in, and I just have to wait for all that to melt, which actually shouldn't take long, probably around about 5 minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is add my fragrance, but it's 20 mils, which is between 1/2 and 3/4 ounce. So I'm going to add this to the entire base right now, and then mix it in, and that way I can split it up into two and the fragrance will be equal. I'm gonna pour 500 grams. Okay, so the temperature of this now is 137 and this one's 140, so relatively the same. Okay, so I'm gonna add this Aussie Candle Supplies. It's liquid dye. I'm not quite sure how many drops I added last time, so I'm just gonna wing it. It was definitely more than 2 though. 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say 6. 6 sounds good. And on top of that, I'm gonna add some shooting star ultrafine glitter. All right, let's mix that in. Okay, now for this one, just gonna pop those bubbles in there. And this is a liquid dye, so you can see through them. If I was using mica, then I would not be able to see through it. So I don't think I added any glitter to this blue. It might have been darker last time though. Okay, so let's see what temperatures we got now. So that's 129, which is 54, so that's pretty good temperature. And this one's 126, which is 52. Okay, so the first one we want to pour is yellow. And that's the most important one because we can always remelt the other one. So it's at 129, so still a bit too hot. I want to try and wait until it gets down to about 124, which is what I poured it at in the previous video. We're at 125, which is 51, so it's about right to pour, I think. So it's getting to that stage. It's getting thicker, and you can tell because it's actually stuck to the chopstick that I'm using. So we're just going to pour this in. Might save a little bit. Yeah, just that much. So we're going to spray rubbing alcohol to pop all the bubbles. Okay, so our blue is setting up really nice, but before that we got to pour some white in, but I want to check the temperature on this. So that's 122, which is 50, so that's perfect. This is the white, and it's been sitting on the melter, but it's 100 and 48 degrees, so it's really hot. So we've got to cool it down really quickly. So rubbing alcohol and some more rubbing alcohol. We want to really cool this down quickly. And the rubbing alcohol just evaporates, so don't worry about, don't pour the whole pot in, but you can spray it in. Just get rid of all the vapors from the rubbing alcohol. So that's now, that's 131, so it's still a little too hot. So a bit more. Let's get rid of all those vapors again. So it's now 126, so that seems like a better temperature to pour. Now I'm wondering if this is, no, it's fine. It's got a skin on it, but that's all right. So we'll just spray the top. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to move that around a bit. Not too much, just dragon style. Okay, that's looking very much like what it was originally. So that's good to see. Now my blue here has got a skin on it. I don't think you can see that, but there's a skin. And the rest of it's getting quite jelly. So it's at 115. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. All right, so spray rubbing alcohol. Here we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yes, slowly, slowly. Okay, so that just melted down pretty quickly. Okay, and we just give that a little bit of a move around, like so. I got a little bit more blue I can pour in. So spray it again. All right, that looks great. It's kept a little bit of the blue too. You can see that the yellow and the blue has made green, but it's kept some of the blue as well. So that's great, perfect temperatures. So what I've got is a lot of blue that's gone solid already. And I do remember in my previous video that I had to pour some on top, and I didn't film it. Now I'm going to try and film it this time. But I added the white to the blue and it gave it that pastel-y blue color. So we're going to try that in just a second. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've melted most of it down, but I'll see if I can show you. There is blue, there is bigger blue chunks in there. So it's not all going to be light blue. It's going to be a little bit of chunky dark blue as well. So I'm just going to spray the top really well, but not over. And then I'm going to pour this in over the top. Hopefully some of those chunks come out as well. There's one. Perfect. Okay, so the yellow is melting down right now. So it was 122, yeah. Here is the yellow, what's left over. So just going to spray the top. I don't think this will come out too much because it is actually quite hot, but you never know. Awesome. Okay, and the last thing, I'm going to spray that with rubbing alcohol. The last thing, shooting star glitter on top. Now what I do is I just take a pinch and I just rub my fingers together. So then take the rubbing alcohol, and from a distance, you don't want to spray this like right here because it's just going to spray all the glitter off. So you want to lightly, from a distance, spray. And that way, the glitter will now bond to the base. So I think I did a pretty good job of recreating one of my original soaps. I'm looking forward to cutting this up and seeing what's inside. Okay, so this is around about 5 to 7 hours later. It's completely cold. Yep, completely cold. So we're gonna see. I would say that's a big yes. Oh yes. Perfect. Yep, that worked. Lots of glitter on top too, just like before. All right, let's cut this one. All right, so I know the camera and the lighting and everything in here is not that great. I'm gonna try and improve it, but here we go. Okay, so I know the lighting, as I said, is not that great in here, but these came out fantastic. Really, really nice. I'm very happy with them. Although, you know, in saying that, I think blue in here needed to be darker so it darkens the yellow to a green. So that's the only thing that I can think of that I would probably go back and do differently. But apart from that, really happy with the results. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.